What was a loophole that you found and exploded the hell out of? When my husband Ben and I started fostering Angela, we knew her dad was in prison, but nobody could find her mom. For 2 years, we gave this sweet 6-year-old everything she never had: regular meals, her own bed, and a family that actually showed up to her school plays. Then, 2 weeks before her adoption hearing, her mom suddenly appeared, claiming her rights after being MIA for 3 years. She'd been living in Alaska the whole time, working on fishing boats. Now she wanted Angela back. My heart sank when our lawyer explained that birth parents can contest adoptions up until the final signature. But then I noticed something weird in Angela's file. Her mom had technically abandoned her in Maine before moving to Alaska. Maine has different custody laws than our state. I stayed up 3 nights straight, researching legal codes until my eyes burned. That's when I found it, a tiny paragraph about interstate custody rights. If a parent abandons their child in one state then moves to another, they can't reclaim custody without proving they've maintained a residence in the original state. Angela's mom had 0 ties to Maine anymore. No house, no job, nothing. The second I showed this to our lawyer, his eyes lit up. The day of the hearing, Angela's mom strutted in wearing expensive new clothes, probably bought just for court. She painted this sob story about being a changed woman who'd found herself in Alaska. The judge seemed sympathetic until our lawyer dropped the interstate custody bomb. Your Honor, according to Maine State Code 247.8b, Ms. Walsh forfeited her parental rights the moment she left the state without maintaining residence. She has no legal standing to contest this adoption. The mom's face went from smug to shocked. Her lawyer frantically flipped through papers, but there was nothing they could do. The judge agreed. She had no right to contest. But I wasn't done. I'd also discovered that because she'd worked under the table in Alaska while owing child support, she was in violation of federal tax law. I anonymously reported her to the IRS the next day. She tried approaching Angela at school, but I'd already shown the principal proof that she had no custody rights. Security escorted her out. The adoption went through a week later. Angela picked out a fancy dress, and the judge let her bang his gavel after signing the papers. That night, we surprised her with a newly decorated room. Everything in her favorite color, purple. As I tucked her in, she hugged her new purple unicorn pillow and asked, "Can I call you Mom now? For real? Forever and ever," I promised. Just last week, we got a letter from Alaska. Her birth mom was writing to say she was in trouble with the IRS and needed money. She tried guilting us about Angela. I shredded the letter and took Angela for ice cream instead. While we sat there sharing a banana split, she told me about wanting to try out for the school play. "Do you think I'll get nervous on stage?" she asked, chocolate sauce dripping down her chin. "Maybe," I said, wiping her face. "But Dad and I will be in the front row, just like always." Her birth mom still tries calling sometimes. Last month, she left a voicemail saying she's moving back to Maine, thinking that would help her case. But she's 3 years too late. Angela is officially, legally, permanently ours.